Marriage is not man-made. It's an institution created by God that epitomizes a changeless, eternal, cosmic principle. And that spiritual principle has two aspects. And the first aspect, it is an integral part of evolution that helps two soulmates to find that harmony and union, first with themselves and then with spirit. The supreme spiritual marriage is union of the soul with spirit. That's the goal, that's the purpose of life and for marriage, and it's for everyone. For those who achieve that union of the soul with spirit, leads to complete happiness, contentment, and satisfaction. That sacred union of the soul with spirit is experienced through the magnetic attractive force of love. And it's love's pull within us that creates the desire for human companionship. And it is a deeper reason why souls come together in a meaningful relationship and is an essential part of that evolution towards God realization. Is love within us. It is that indwelling and cosmic force, that unifying force that God uses to bring souls together in harmony and then finally in union with spirit. And spiritual marriage becomes spiritualized when two souls realize it is the magnetic attractive force of love that has brought them together in the first place. And that force is trying to unite their hearts and eventually to unite their hearts in the one cosmic heart of God. At the deeper part of our being, the soul knows that the goal of life is to find that oneness and union with God. There can be no other purpose. So spiritual and soul marriage is a bond between souls to help fulfill that purpose, that ultimate cosmic purpose. Now, the second aspect of this spiritual principle is God has created us as beautiful souls made in that divine image. So we have inherent within us spiritual soul qualities. And that institution of marriage that God has created is an opportunity to help us find those sacred soul qualities that are right within us. That unconditional love, that bliss, that wisdom, the peace, the faith, the fearlessness, the courage, friendship, kindness, commitment, loyalty, compassion, respect, all these beautiful divine qualities that are right within us. And we need to express those divine qualities in our relationship with others. And above all, through those sacred qualities that soul friends find, it helps them to unite with the cosmic beloved once again. So the divine wants us to experience our divinity and express that divinity, to manifest it in our lives and express those noble soul qualities with our soul partner. In marriage, friendship is one of the most loftiest of the soul qualities. And those who develop this, soul mates that come together, develop this unconditional friendship, they find a beautiful harmony and joy in their relationships. And all the other soul qualities come much more easily by manifesting that unconditional friendship. Now, this next point needs to be kept in mind, and if rightly understood, can create harmony in a marriage relationship. God is taking our soul and individualized it, our omnipresent, perfect soul, and has placed it in a causal, an astral, and a physical body. Now, in our causal and astral bodies, we know that we are perfect. We know. And we know that we are the perfect expression of that masculine and feminine principle, that balance of the masculine reason, epitomized as wisdom, and that feeling, that feminine feeling, epitomized as love. But in the physical plane, to uphold the law of relativity, of duality, God has created some slight differences in man and women's bodies and consciousness. And this is a slight significance, but the divine has placed reason uppermost in men and feeling uppermost in women. And this makes us feel like we're half souls until we realize those sacred soul qualities of wisdom, of feeling, and reason, and allow it to manifest in its full protection in our life. So that feeling of love and that reason of wisdom, and we manifest that. So God has created the institution of marriage to help souls to work together to perfect their relationship and that unconditional friendship. So a man is able to bring out the reason in women, and women are able to bring out the feeling in men. So there's a complete balance of that wisdom and that love in both of them. Through unconditional friendship and a commitment to the relationship and a patiently worked on relationship, that relationship can be perfected. And where each partner begins to feel within themselves that complete balance, where they begin to feel the unconditional love of a mother, a woman, that loves all as her own, that loves everyone as dear as her own children. And when that is united with the courage and reason of man, then that perfection is attained. And when feeling of the love and the reason of wisdom are purified and perfected, then it transforms into intuition. And when intuition is developed, it's a soul quality, then that relationship functions on the much higher plane where couples are able to communicate far beyond just mere words. There's that inner knowing. There's that connection. And usually that is developed first in women because they're more on the feeling side, and a woman can really feel for their mate or their children. Even if they're on the other side of the planet, they may know that they're in trouble or there's something happening. But both the man and women begin to develop that pure intuition. And intuition is that faculty where we know all there is to know. And it's through intuition that we can ultimately know God, our Creator, and realize that oneness with Source. But unfortunately, if couples do not understand these unique spiritual principles, then there can be disharmony in the relationship and can lead to a lot of problems. First of all, a woman, instead of bringing out the feeling in men, they might start complaining that men cannot feel. They're too logical, too hard-headed, too cold-hearted. And so instead of bringing out that feeling, they may complain, and they feel rejected, and that they may feel that in their relationship. A man may feel that a woman is unable to reason. She's too emotional and cannot reason properly. It's overshadowed. But that's not true. A man can feel, but it's usually buried and hidden. And a woman can usually reason very well, but often is overshadowed by feeling. So these spiritual principles need to be kept in mind, and if they do, then one can sort of harmonize their relationship according to these principles. And above all, spiritual marriage is a beautiful way to develop ourselves to achieve that inner perfection, and finally, the ultimate goal of life, union of the soul with spirit.